You know what you should do? You should follow me on Twitter at Bromo018. Link in the description. Do it now. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of our Manchester United Master League series. It is episode 4 now, and so far we're really getting into the meat of the season now. We will be advancing into October during this episode, so a couple of months in already, and it's going well so far. If you've missed any of the episodes, including the previous one, go and check those ones out before we move on to this one today. I promise you will not be disappointed. Meanwhile, though, we are jumping straight from the Spurs game into this game in Spartak Moscow today, so no highlights to show you. Instead, we will have 2 full games. Of course, we do have Spartak Moscow at home in the second match day of the Europa League. And then that is followed by the 6th game of the season in the Premier League against Chelsea away. A massive test indeed. They've started the league off really well. 4 wins out of 5. Their only loss coming last game against Manchester City. So they are going to be a very, very tough opponent, and we'll see how that one goes. First of all, though, we've got this Spartak Moscow game to focus on, and there are going to be no pushovers, to say the least. You know, let's not write them off. I think they're going to be a tough team. They did win their first game, so we're expecting a tough game. I haven't actually done the team yet. I thought might as well do it together. So you know, let's go through it now. Why not? I think one of the centre backs I'm going to change, and seeing as Lindelof looks a little bit more tired than Maguire, we're going to go with him. We'll bring in Fosu Mensah, and we'll put Turan Zabi on the bench. In terms of the left back, Luke Shaw had a really poor game last game, whereas Jamal Lewis came on and played very well, set up the second goal. So he's going to get a start today. Diego Dalot can come in for Wan-Bissaka. Scott McTominay, we can bring him in as well for Fred. Fred had a really good game last game as well, so he's definitely in the in my thoughts for the Chelsea game. He played very well. Could have been my man of the match actually if Lingard hadn't have scored 2 goals, of course. In terms of this, thinking maybe we put Van der Beek here, and then Juan Mata can go here. We can give Pogba a rest. I do want him fresh for the game on Saturday or Sunday against Chelsea. Dan James can come in for Anthony Martial. I'm going to keep Lingard on due to him scoring 2 goals last game. I want to try and build on that. And then Mason Greenwood can come back into the side for Rashford. He was, of course, rested last game due to stamina issues, but he's playing really well. He's got 4 goals so far. I think it is in 3 starts, or maybe it is 4 starts. But either way, he has started the season off superbly. So I can't wait to see what else he can offer the team today. One who we haven't really looked into is Andreas Pereira. He's not really had a look in yet, so let's bring him onto the bench as well for, let's say, Fred, and see if he can maybe come on and bring something into the game as well. Just thinking anyone else, maybe Angel Gomez we can give an opportunity to instead of Rashford, because Rashford at downwards arrow is not good at all. Got to think about resting De Gea at some point, because his stamina is, for some reason, getting low. So maybe do I think about just putting Romero in for this game? Perhaps I'll just take the risk and go for it. Why not? So that's what we're going to go with today. Of course, lots of changes. Hopefully, it freshens the squad up in a good sense, and we can see some positive results from it. Meanwhile, looking at Spartak Moscow team, I know quite a few of I know a lot of their players, but it's fair to say perhaps slightly low rating as, but rating doesn't really matter. I say slightly low rating, not really. There's a few 60s in our team, so this might be a good tough game. Ezekiel Ponce leading the line. They've got Andre Schürrle on the bench, which is a surprise to see. Thought he would be playing, so we'll see how that one turns out. I imagine him making an appearance at some point. Elsewhere, lots of strong players, solid players. So expect a good game today. Without further ado, I'm going to stop rambling on now, as I like to do, and let's get into the first game of the episode.
Well, hello to everyone, and welcome as you join us for the second of these group stage games. Competition only a couple of match days old, but there have been already plenty of talking points. much for us to scrutinise over the course of a fortnight or so. Winners on day one, no doubt now looking to cement their place in the latter stages as quickly as possible. So red and white, of course, the preeminent colours at Old Trafford, which is now officially the largest club football ground in England. Its capacity 75,000 and growing. So having won on opening day, it's
Go on in, guys. As he says, we won an opening day. Can we make it 2 wins out of 2?
That's gone a long way up and away.
McTominay skips well. Lingard to Mata, who's got an opportunity to go for goal. It's a great finish. Really great finish from Juan Mata, who opens the scoring for Man United in the 16th minute. Really tidy stuff. Some good exchanges. McTominay's the one who starts the move, just drives forward, skips a tackle, finds Lingard, who's lays it off to Mata, and Mata with a little bit of space, just a couple of yards to drive into, makes no mistake there. It's really impressive stuff from us. Gets it just outside the box with his weaker foot as well, and he just drives it. And the keeper can't get to it because it's so well placed. And it's 1-0. He's going to shield off a defender. He does well, actually. He'll go for goal. Rolls it past the post. That's Moscow's, first opportunity of the game, and sort of comes out of nothing, really. Perhaps we need to be a bit more protective there. I think it's Fossey Mensah just gets rolled. He has had a good game apart from that, but just there shows a bit of inexperience. And that's half time. 1-0. Not the most convincing of performances in the first half, but you know, it's enough. We're not creating enough, that's for sure. But we get that one little bit moment of magic, a moment of quality from Juan Mata, and that's enough. But in the second half, you know, again, we're just lacking a bit of creativity, and I want to see more of that. McTominay goes to Greenwood. Good pass to get it up the field. Lingard's running in. Great ball. It's got to be a foul. Ref doesn't give it. It's a bad decision. Really poor decision.
Chance to play it in.
Come on. Tackle for sake.
There's the shot.
Oh, it's a good strike in the end. Schürrle, actually, who comes close. And, they're finally actually trying to threaten because they haven't done a whole lot in this game. Goes for goal, save from Romero yet again. Will Spartak get another opportunity? He's going to whip it in. It's got to be the keeper's. No, catch that. What are you doing? Oh, he spun Mata there. Need to get out to him. Stop the cross. We don't. Keeper needs to come out. He heads it back in the end, and that's a bad decision. He's got an opportunity now to get it out wide. It's a good ball. Van der Beek. He'll cut back. Andreas Pereira. Tame. Oh, it's a give and go. And we're so vulnerable to that. Romero will come out, saves, picks it up as well in the end. Saves our blushes. And it's full time. 1-0. It's actually quite a poor performance, and we've got to be disappointed with that. But thankfully we get the win. And, of course, that's where the consolation is. It's always the most important thing, for sure. That man, Juan Mata, with a little bit of quality, is what separates the two teams. Certainly a contrast to, stark contrast to our previous couple of performances. So we performed so well, played so well, but Spartak Moscow there perhaps had a couple of chances really to see the, at least get an equaliser late on in the game, and they didn't capitalise. I think, we can do a lot better, that's for sure. So 2 wins out of 2 in the Europa League, and that's a very good start. 6 points So positive stuff. Still 4 games to go, so can't be counting our chickens just yet. But now we do move on to the Chelsea game. Before that, though, we do, of course, have our monthly updates in terms of messages and stuff, updating negotiations on Matic. They've responded with a counter offer, so we'll see about that one. We'll have a look at the monthly report and stuff. In terms of the training report, some overalls going up. Tahith Chong goes at 1, as does Fosu Mensah, along with a few youth players. Apparently, Victor Lindelof, who went at 1 overall rating last month, is now past his prime and has gone down back to an 83. Yep, you heard that right. Let me just check. He's past his prime. He is rated, well, his age is 25 and he is now past his prime. That is impressive stuff. Very impressive stuff. So yeah, make of that what you will. Before we come on to that lineup, though, which you just saw, we've got some negotiations to handle first. Nemanja Matic, they've offered 20 million, or just a snippet over. And I'm going to accept that, to be honest. I think that's a great deal for us, for someone who hasn't even played a game this season, because he's just not part of our plans. So that for me is a very good deal, considering the fact he's in his 30s as well. So yeah, bear that in mind for sure. 31 he is. So buzzing with that. That can go towards our budget to sign certain players, and we'll come on to that later on in the series. But yeah, that's a good deal. In terms of the monthly report for September, of course, we did play 5 games. We've won them all, thankfully. And this is how the stats all on. Mason Greenwood topping the charts, 4 goals. Just ahead of Lingard with 3, and also top of the average rating as well. Mata with the most assists. Of course, he's making his pledge as well. In terms of the way we're playing, this is very much how we've favoured to play overall. Lots of counter-attack, short passes, attacking fullbacks. Frontline pressure, aggressive, swarm the box as well. Seems to be working out well for us. Not too much to read into this sort of time scored in terms of the goal and things along those lines. But in terms of things like the dribbling, the passing, Lingard, Mata really taking the titles there. Look at that passage received, the dribbling. Lingard shooting is also there for Lingard. He's playing really well, gotta say. Of course, he's someone who gets a lot of criticism in real life, but he's in this save anyway, in this series so far, he's had a good start for us, and it's really pleasing to see. So that's a good start. Anyway, let's move on to the game today. We have a tough game against Chelsea. Oh my word, look at their bench. They've signed Phil Foden. Very interesting indeed. You know what? Let's not talk about it. So moving on to our lineup first. Let's have a look at what we've got. Unfortunately, Greenwood. The one thing that is his trouble at the moment is his stamina. It's just really poor. It's 65. He gets knackered in games. I'm going to actually check the training after this to make sure that his training is, boosting stamina as much as it possibly can, because I think that's going to be really important. So looking at our team, we'll go back to the, tried and tested defence. I think Wan-Bissaka can come back in, Lindelof can come back in. The question is, do we keep Jamal Lewis in, because he's playing quite well, and Luke Shaw he's on a downwards arrow as well. So yeah, Jamal Lewis can stay in the team actually, as can Scott McTominay as well. Paul Pogba can come back in. Started the season off well. Juan Mata can stay in the team. He's hit some form, and it's really good to see, as has Jesse Lingard, who will also remain in the team. Anthony Martial will come in, despite the fact he's got an orange arrow. He's played really well this season, so we'll go with the form. And of course, Rashford can return as well. Mason Greenwood looking a little bit tired. On the bench, if we have a look here, is there too much that I'd like to change? Perhaps we do bring Eric Bailly on for Tuanzebe, just for a safe option. Diego Dallo as well for sure. Elsewhere, actually Fred as well. He can come onto the bench. He was well in my thoughts for this game. He played really well against Spurs. The question is, do we go for him? Because McTominay played well last game as well. I think we'll stick with McTominay. But Fred is right up there for sure. Elsewhere, the bench looks good. Having a look at their lineup, a couple of surprises in there. Of course, they've signed Dimitri Payet, as well as a couple of others. Some strange decisions in there. I mean, Willy Caballero's playing for some reason over Kepa, so I don't understand that one. You know, a couple of strange decisions in there. Why isn't Mason Mount playing, or Ross Barkley, you know, Kovacic? It's strange to say the least. But let's see if it plays into our hands, though. You know, there's a couple of spots I think we can certainly look to exploit. So we'll see how it goes. They're not in the top 4 for nothing, so we'll see how it goes anyway. But it's time for the big game, the main event of the episode. It is first versus third, Manchester United versus Chelsea. Here we go.
So, perfect blue skies, almost no wind, beautiful sunshine. These are indeed conditions for the beautiful game. The backdrop here, picturesque, idyllic. No doubt one of the best days of the footballing calendar, and it has added to a really jovial, happy mood in the stands, helping to raise the level of sound by more than a few decibels. Shirt sleeve order, very much a dress code. And we have in front of us this gloriously...
The big game starts. This is going to be a tough game today. I've just got a feeling. Let's see if we can live up to the test. Oh, Lewis clears, but it's only as far as Loftus-Cheek on the edge of the area. Someone needs to close him down here. It's great skill, and it's a brilliant goal. Has to be said, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. With a spectacular finish, to be honest. Comes from our defensive errors, mind you. We get him space outside on the edge of the area, and once we close him down, it's just not efficient enough. It's Jamal Lewis's clearance originally. We've swarmed the box, actually. Loftus-Cheek goes past one, and it's a lovely bit of double control there to skip past the next 2 defenders, really. And it's a low-driven finish. Fair play to him. Wipes out everyone, really. Look at that, good stuff. Fair play to him. 1-0. Quick out from... Oh, forgot to change the goalkeeper. No, I forgot about that. As Rapture gets put in here. Oh, me. How have I forgot about that? Oh, Pogba gets brushed off there a little bit too easily. We need to close Willian down. And he comes close. Again, we're just giving him too much space on the edge of the area, and that's where the danger is really coming from. Payet shrugged off way too easily. Or he shrugs Pogba off way too easily. And then Willian manages to get the space for a shot. Misaki gets taken out, but it's a good ball, actually. And it gives Martial the opportunity. And he also comes close. Couple of dangerous opportunities. Actually, Wan-Bissaka creates a chance, and he gets taken out for his troubles. It's a brilliant ball to Martial, though. Who, you know, tries to test the keeper. Not quite enough, though.
That's great strength on the ball. That's a good ball to Batshuayi! Oh, the ball's come loose.
Space on the edge of the box again. Don't like that. We've got to close him down, stop the shot.
And they've been caught out.
He's got an opportunity to cross it in here, Romero. Will clear. Oh, that's a great flick from McTominay. And he sets us on our way. Pogba driving forward now, and this is a situation that he would relish. Got an opportunity. He'll lay it off to Martial. Poor finish. Got to do better. Comes out to Mata. Mata, quick to Martial. Back to Pogba. He'll volley. Tame. Oh, good give and go. Save from Romero. Again, I think it's partly me and partly the you know, the lack of movement from my players, but just defending outside of on the edge of the area, just struggling with it. You know, it's a bit dodgy, and that's really where they're getting all their chances from.
That's Piliqueta. Kovacic plays it backwards, and they'll try
again. Another chance here on the edge of the area. What's Pogba doing? Save from Romero again. Come on, stop this. Pogba backs off this time. And allows Willian the opportunity. But what do you do? Just go to the ball. Don't allow the shot. Right while there, as he says, is the half-time whistle. And Chelsea have been the much better team. Most of their chances coming from outside the box, though, because we're allowing them that space. And it's just a recurring problem in this game and in the previous games as well. We're just not closing down. If we give them too much time, we give them too much respect and space on the edge, and they can just have a pop. And that is, where the Loftus-Cheek goal comes from. I'm actually going to take off Scott McTominay and bring on Fred. I want more energy in that midfield. We'll see if that can influence things. Martial out to Jamal Lewis. He's going to look for the return to Martial. It's a good ball. Martial to cut it back. Mata's there. Great save from Caballero. And it's a corner. Oh, it's the closest we've come in this game, and it's a brilliant opportunity. And perhaps Juan Mata should do better here. The build-up play. It's actually Christensen who gets a nick onto it. Perhaps it is going in. See if we can do something from this corner. Mata to whip it in.
And it's hoisted clear. And it's Pogba.
Pogba looking for the return to Wan-Bissaka, who's going to whip it in. Rashford's there! And there's the goal. Marcus Rashford with the equaliser. And finally, he can get himself onto the score sheet. That may well be his first goal of the season, actually. What a way, what a time to do it. It's Wan-Bissaka with a brilliant ball in, and Rashford just rises higher, heads it downwards, which is brilliant technique. That's always what you do, you head down. And it works out well for him there. It bounces. Caballero can't react quickly enough to it. Jorginho can't compete with Rashford in the air, and it's 1-1. He's going to whip it in now. Lindelof needs to win that. He doesn't. He's got an opportunity on the edge of the area, parried by Romero. We can try and play it away now. We do. Oh, Pogba gets fouled there. Ref doesn't give anything though. And Chelsea will have an opportunity. As we play it up, it's full time. 1-1 in the end. The spoils are shared here at Stamford Bridge. And we can say we did get away with it because Chelsea had a lot more chances and were perhaps a better team. Despite the fact perhaps they were from far out, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Because at the end of the day, they've been unlucky not to score more, and we could perhaps be disappointed in that performance. Obviously, I'm always disappointed when it isn't a win, but at the same time, I suppose it is a decent result away at Stamford Bridge. So we'll see how that one sort of plays up, how it looks in the rest of the league. Tottenham won, Man City won. Arsenal and Liverpool also won, so that means table looking a bit closer than it was before that game. Man City and Liverpool on 15 points, and Chelsea, of course, our opponents today, on 13, and that would round off the top four currently. But there's, as I always say, a long way to go. Still unbeaten, which is, good going for sure, to say the least. Hopefully we can maintain that going forward. There's a long break now before we have an FA Cup second round game against Preston. So there you go. We've got a cutscene here. We've got a tough schedule on the horizon. Oh, I didn't even get a chance to read it. You may be right, our younger players will benefit from the opportunities. So basically what they're getting at here is they want us to play our young players and rotate loads. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I don't like disrespecting the FA Cup, to be honest. I'm one of those people who I'm pretty high on the FA Cup. I think it's a great competition. So, we'll see how it goes. We've got a lot of messages here. Let's go through them. Why not? Negotiations with Angel Gomez, Joe Garner. Norwich want to buy Gomez permanently, so that isn't happening. Almor Feeder wants to loan Joe Garner, so we can have a look into that. And some talks about playing styles as well. Daniel James working at box to box, as is Fosu Mensah in terms of build up. Mason Greenwood showing great promise. It's my belief that playing him in matches is our best chance of developing his game further. Couple of scouting results. Fatigue from international duty that may play into our team lineup for the Preston game. Just thinking now before we let's do the negotiations first, actually. Nemanja Matic even, he's of course going. This is a loan deal up until the end of this season. So, yeah, let's accept it. You know, Joe Garner struggled to get, you know, sort of much opportunities. Only played in, I think it was one game where he came on. You know, that loan deal will be good for him. Angel Gomez, this is a permanent bid, so we will reject that. We're not looking to sell him permanently in any way. In terms of their scouting, I mean, I've already got some of these on my list anyway. Nothing special. So, yeah, that would round it off for this episode. Just trying to think now who we're going to come back for in the next episode. You know, it's a tough one we've got. I mean, we've got a massive game on the horizon soon. Will we be back for that one, though? No, I don't think so. Oh, no, I'm thinking maybe... that's a tough one. It's a tough one. Do we go Sheffield United? Do we go Aston Villa? Do we go West Ham? I'm not sure yet, so I'm going to have to decide that and come back. I'll leave it as a surprise for next episode. So make sure you guys tune in. That is the most important thing. That will be episode 5 of the series. If you have made it through this far, then thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Massively grateful to everyone who supported the show so far. Don't forget to leave a like if you've enjoyed it. It will show me that you are enjoying the content, and to keep it coming, I'll be very grateful for that also. On that note, we are going to round it off there. Do be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more regular gaming content. And on that note, I'm Bron19, and I'll see you soon.